what is happening with the government resolution passed earlier this year to establish the egalitarian prayer space at the Western Wall. So, everybody here also realizes that no prime minister in the history of Israel has done as much to understand the concerns of North American Jewry and has done more to make this egalitarian space a reality. For that, we thank you. But could you please give us an update with respect to the implementation, and what do you recommend that we do and that we not do to help this process?
Richard, first let me say that in front of the GA, I think that the partnership between the United States is so strong, the alliance is so powerful, that I, for one, find great encouragement in the fact that there's this continuity of friendship, bipartisan friendship, across administrations, and I think a good part of it is based on the fact that the 3,000 people in this room. So before I answer your question, I want to say thank you and keep it up. Now let me talk about the kotel. The kotel is something that speaks to every Jew. When I come there and I touch the stones, and I look up, and I know what it symbolizes in our history, the cornerstone of our faith, the cornerstone of our longings, and the cornerstone of the rebirth of our people as a sovereign, independent state. All of that speaks to me, and I know it speaks to you. I know it speaks to every one of you. You know, when I go to the Kotel and I see Jews from every part of the world, and they touch the stones, and you can see that sentiment. And so all of you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is why I've tried to establish a policy that enables the Kotel to be receptive to Jews from every part of the Jewish world. And this is something that remains our policy. It was implemented, or rather it was resolved in a government resolution. Now I'm going to tell you a secret about Israel's government. It doesn't quite work the way that the American government works. Example, the flagship decision that I had, the economic decision that I had, was about the natural gas that we discovered in the Mediterranean. Billions and billions and billions of dollars of natural gas that would go to the Israeli economy for all the social, economic, and other needs that we have. Nothing could be more important. I passed a resolution in the government. We couldn't pass it. We had to work further to achieve compromise, to achieve other arrangements between the various parties involved. And finally we passed it. In a way, that is what is happening here as well. We passed a resolution. We're working with the parties. We'll still need to work a little more. It's not so simple. In fact, it's complicated. Richard, you said your mother told you to count to 10. My mother told me to count to 15. Take your time. Think about it. Talk to the parties. See if you can come to an equitable solution. And here's my recommendation for me to succeed in this. We can build ramparts. We can build barricades. That ain't going to solve it. I have found, and I know whereof I speak, that sometimes you need quiet diplomacy. A lot of times you need quiet diplomacy between Jews and Arabs. This is one instance where I think we need quiet diplomacy between Jews and Jews. That's a lot more likely to get the result we all seek.
Thank you. President Obama at the UN in 2011 said, and